Hey, there's nobody on here. So hi, this is Sarah Lane. I help people move to Costa Rica. If you're just stumbling upon this video and you're new to me, I help people with the relocation here to the country. So I'm going to be starting up going live again. So if you're watching the replay, say hello. If you hop on the live, awesome. This is just going to be like a question and answer session because I just wanted to see what questions people are having, what's coming up if you're moving in your moving process or if you're in that deciding process. So hello, I have one person who popped on here. Say hi. This is just like an open Q&A. I'm going to go through. I posted in the Facebook group. I'm actually going to go grab my coffee too. I'm late, so I apologize. One of my horses, if any of you know me, you probably know I have some horses. One of them, the little baby, he was born last May. He's getting big, but something bit him. It was like a little caiman, so like a little crocodile bit his foot. So I had to go out there this morning to help the guy, give him his injections, and that's why I am late. So if you're on Facebook, say who you are, because I can't see your name unless you give StreamYard permission. Again, my apologies for being late today. I'm just going to go through the Facebook post and just go through whatever questions people are having and just get my coffee in the meantime. Hello from Pennsylvania. Awesome. Maybe I'll grab some water too while I'm at it. Should have done this beforehand, but I got home and I was like, oh my God, look at the time. I'm late. So let's just get this coffee going so my brain functions properly. How's everybody doing? Oh, Kendra, yes, you are moving next week. I'm so excited to see you guys. It's been busy. I already gave you guys kind of an update. Hi, Jan. I already gave you guys kind of an update in the last video about how things are going, and definitely have had a fair amount of people complete their move here, so that's super excited. I have multiple people coming this month. That's super exciting. January, so all really good stuff. Oh, yep. Hi, Daniel. Okay, pets come first. Okay, so let me just finish doing this coffee. I'm gonna go sit in my little chair and then get to some questions that people may have about their move. And I'm going to be doing live streams more often. Probably I'm going to try to do once a week again. I know I was doing pretty good months ago, but man, it's been busy. But I had a nice vacation and I had some time to do what's called block scheduling. So I think that's going to help me make sure I fit everything into my day. And one thing I like to fit in my day is showing up and talking to you guys. So as you can see, it's a nice, beautiful sunny day here in Costa Rica. This is my yard. It was a little cloudy this morning. Might be a good laundry day. All right, is this really live? Is this really live? Yes, this is live. I have my coffee. It is 9:40 a.m. here in Costa Rica. And don't forget my crown. All righty. Okay, so I'm going to go through the Facebook post and just see what questions you guys had. In the Facebook group. So if you're watching on YouTube, if you have Facebook, I have a Facebook group called Moving to Costa Rica. It's pretty straightforward with what it's about. So if you're in the group, I also have a YouTube channel. So some of you may have joined the group and don't even realize that I have a YouTube channel that has a lot of free information aimed to help you with your move. So let's see what's going on in that thread. Let's see what questions people had. And then you can feel free to leave some questions in the comments. And good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing? One of my clients sent me a picture of his dog in the snow this morning. He's in Canada. Anybody having snow? No snow down here. Okay. All righty. Let's get to the post first, and then I'll go through some questions that I see pop up. Again, apologies for my tardiness. Life happens, right? Especially in Costa Rica. It's like, oh, an a caiman had bit my horse on the foot and I had to go help it. He's going to be fine, by the way. Okay. Okay, so Ian asked on Facebook, first of all, there's no dumb question. He said dumb question that likely has a simple answer. No, there's no dumb questions. That's why I encourage people to ask questions in the group. Again, if anyone's rude, I just take them out because ain't nobody got time for that. All right, so how do the phone numbers work in Costa Rica? Ours in North America are, 3 numbers, 3 numbers, 4 numbers. I see Costa Rica numbers. They have 4 numbers first. How do you dial that? Okay, so in Costa Rica, we have the country code. You know, like the country code for the United States is +1. The country code for Costa Rica is +506. And then the phone numbers here are just 8 numbers. So it's like grouped in 4 and 4. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 dash 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you're in the country, like I have a Costa Rican like phone number and I can call, you know, actually I never remember my phone number because I changed it. Okay. Like, yeah. So, I mean, let's say my phone number is 88784 blank, 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 blank. Like that's, so when I want to go call a number, I can just dial in those 8 numbers because I'm here in Costa Rica. But however, if you're outside of Costa Rica, you will have to put in the country code in order to dial here. So yeah, that's the answer to that question. That's how the phone numbers work. I would get a, you know, SIM card. I get Colby. That's usually one I get for my clients too because it works just about everywhere. So it's really convenient. So when you're in the country, you can just go ahead and dial those 8 numbers and you can talk to anyone. But most people here have WhatsApp. So that's really convenient. Definitely use WhatsApp. If you haven't downloaded it, use it. But there are a lot of instances where I do have to call an actual number. I don't know, like when I need to call the veterinarian, like, you know, I'm calling a landline. So it is helpful for me to have a number here in Costa Rica. Okay. Ian also brought up something really interesting that I had not heard of still, something called ghost lodging. So I guess that's something that we should chat about real quick. So yeah, it's like a way to scam families on vacation. Like, excellent. Let's not do that. So yeah, ads for beach houses, the private pools, perfect for families. Yeah. So yeah, I guess watch out for that. I have not heard of anyone personally that has had this happen, but you know, obviously I don't know everybody that's in Costa Rica or everyone who's come here. So, you know, my circle is kind of small compared to the rest of the people that exist in the world. Yeah, that's why it can be tricky. You know, I'm not going to lie to you. There are obviously, just like in any country, there are scams out there. So yeah, that's such a bummer. This article is talking about how a woman, you know, found a house on a Facebook group, sent the money, realized it wasn't a real house, you know, lost her money. The person blocked her. Boom. So that's why when we're looking for rentals here, a lot of times either I myself or someone that I have in the zone will go look at them in person. So yeah, securing rentals is something that we do a lot. So usually we'll look at them in person or probably may even know the person who has the property because I always say it's a small Costa Rica world. And maybe you'll hear me say that quite a bit, or especially whenever you actually meet me in person. It is such a small Costa Rica world. It really is. And you'll get to know that when you get here. So it's nice to have someone here on the ground to be able to verify those things. So if you are thinking about, like, you know, if you're trying to set up your rental and stuff and you're going to be moving, just be wary of that. Looks like that is happening. Ghost lodging, total bummer. Don't send money to people unless you're like absolutely 100% sure. Okay, what areas would you recommend that have good transit systems? Can you live in Costa Rica without owning a car? This is a good question. Yeah, I mean, maybe you'd have to see what your definition of good is. You know, okay, if you're looking for like a transit, I mean, you know, obviously the San Jose metropolitan area will have a lot of transit systems. There's a lot of buses. There's a lot of modes of transportation there. But I find that, let's say, most towns that you'll live in will likely either be walkable, or let's say like San Isidro is kind of another larger town. Pérez Zeledón, San Isidro de General. You know, that one has buses, but also pretty walkable cabs, things like that. When I've lived in Manuel Antonio, for example, there was buses or there was colectivos. So it's like these little kind of informal, or there's taxis. So it's kind of like informal tax, like you give them $1 and they'll take you down to the end of the road and back if you need to. So I would say overall the country has good transit system. What I wouldn't recommend is first, like if you're going to live in a town, let's say Dominica, Levita, Jaco, Tamarindo, Samara, you know, if you live in those towns and you're like probably either like walkable at least to a small corner store, or, you know, you're not too far out from the town, you'll be totally fine. You know, you can always get a bicycle in a lot of the coastal towns, or again, there's taxis, buses, things like that. But don't live like 20 minutes or 15 minutes driving outside of a town and you not having a car. Like, for example, I don't know, I knew some people, they live like, I don't know, 15 minutes north of Dominical. So whenever to get to the store, yeah, they could take the bus, but then it was kind of like an all-day trip just to get to like the grocery store because, you know, it depended on what time the bus was running. So they get dropped off, do their grocery shopping, then maybe be waiting for hours. So I always recommend, yes, if you live in a town, you're good to go transport-wise. If you're not going to have a car, like definitely think twice before living outside of a town, like not within walking distance, because that could get a little old and a little isolated. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I lived in Costa Rica without having a car for a long time. Gosh, I didn't get a car till I think my daughter was like a year and 3 months. So I mean, I lived in Costa Rica for years without a car, and it was doable. I mean, sometimes I spent months without leaving Dominical because I was like pretty content there. So, okay, next one. Talk about money and the price of things compared to other countries. Well, I can only kind of speak to my experience of what I've experienced prices in the United States versus here. This is something that people ask a lot about, you know, cost of living. And I've tried to do some videos about like, okay, like how do you budget for Costa Rica? How do you determine your cost of living? And the thing is like that really, it is going to be, I do that with my clients, but it is going to be like, if you want to know that answer for yourself, then you need to go out and like actually get literal quotes for things. Everyone's situation is so different, you know, you can't say, yeah, you can live on this or you can live on that. It just depends on the person, what you're comfortable with, what area you want to live in. So the price of things, okay, I will say like veterinarians are cheaper. I feel like the price of things that everyday common people need, like anybody in Costa Rica needs, like a veterinarian, obviously food. Of course, it depends what kind of food. You know, if you're going to be buying the imported stuff at the fancy supermarket, yes, you're going to be paying a lot. But if you go out to the farmers markets, go to, I don't know, Maxi Poly, or, you know, go to some of these cheaper stores, you know, shouldn't be any crazy amount more than what you're paying in your home country. But then again, I don't know where you're coming from, so that still varies. So food, it just depends how you eat. I don't know, maybe for example, on grocery, you know, maybe 1 week I'll spend $50, 1 week 100, 1 week 20, you know, it just depends. So I feel like mechanic work is cheaper, but more frequent. Like veterinarian work cheaper. Okay, for example, on here, one of my cats that I had years ago had to go overnight, get stitches, anesthetic, like spend the night in the vet, all that stuff. I think it was like $60. Whereas I feel like just to even look at the veterinarian in the United States, you're like looking at hundreds of dollars automatically. And then they make you feel bad for not being a good pet parent if you like don't have their stool sampled. I don't even know. So, okay, like veterinarian, mechanic work, I don't know, getting my hair done is cheaper. Like things that like common people need, I feel like are cheaper. The things that are going to be more expensive are going to be cars. Overall, I feel rent can be cheaper, but again, that depends where you're coming from in your home country. You know, you can find a very simple, okay place for $400 a month, but that also depends on what you consider okay. You know, you know, or you could be up to $1,200 a month or $1,500 a month. So that's just really going to depend on you. So that question is always really difficult. Like when people are always like asking me about like how much it's going to cost for them to live here, because I don't know. You know, I really have to gather a lot of information about the person and talk through like different items that I have on my budgeting list when I go through with people. Okay. Catherine on Facebook asked, oh, this is probably a good question for a lot of you. I hear people saying mil a lot. What does that mean? Is it a mil colones? Yeah, so mil, like if you're familiar with the currency here, it's colones. So, you know, there's 1,000, you know, there's 25, there's 10, okay. There's like 10 colones, you know, the coins are in 10, 25, 50, 100, 500. And right now I think it's about 600 colones to $1. So 1,000 colones is about, I think someone posted, somebody said something about it being like $1.66. There we go. Ed in the Facebook group said 1 mil note is smallest paper denomination, today worth about $1.66. So yeah, if you hear someone say, oh, it's 2 mil or 5 mil or 10 mil, that just means like 1,000 colones, 5,000 colones, you know, because it's like million. No. Million is like 1,000 in Spanish. So un millón, basically that's what they're saying. Or dos millones, like that. So Currency can be a little bit confusing for people. So maybe when they first get here, I found it pretty easy to grasp. The exchange rate has changed quite a bit since I moved here. So I guess when I think of, yeah, it's still just like have data on your phone and use like a converter if you need to. All right, I'm almost done with the Facebook questions. Okay. Moving to Costa Rica with a dog and how to do visa runs with a dog. Okay, I think, okay, if you go to my website, this is Jennifer on Facebook. She said, on my website, if you subscribe in that ebook, I think I have a link on how to bring your dog to Costa Rica. That like lays out the steps you need to have. Well, also depends where you're coming from. So I'm not sure if you're coming from the United States or where you're coming from. The process is different. So if you're coming from the United States, you'll have to have a special form filled out. They need to go to the vet within 2 weeks before their arrival. There's some steps you need to fill out. And you don't need to do it. Just don't bring your dog on the visa run. If you're, when the land borders are open one day, they're not right now. So we can't do border runs like through the land border. Don't bring your dog. Like you don't need to bring your dog. I don't think so. Have someone pet sit if you can. Like it's enough stress down there. It's hot enough. You don't need to bring your dog with you. If you need to go back to the United States or wherever your home country is, you're going to have to check on those because a vet is going to need to also check out your animal before you're allowed to go back to your home country. So that information, obviously I'm not going to list out all the papers that you need, but it's a fairly simple it's not too difficult to bring your dog. A lot of people bring their pets. I've had clients bringing their cats, their dogs. So far, just cats and dogs, nothing else. Okay. So I'm done with the Facebook comments. Those are some good questions. Okay. Now let's see what we got in here. Can I get a cup of coffee too? It's good coffee. Hello, Pennsylvania. Karen says she's looking to move there next summer. Hi, Karen. Crystal, yes, this is really live. So rainy season is fading. Okay, Doug asked if rainy season is fading. Here in Jaco, yeah, seems to be. I mean, actually, we had rain a little bit yesterday. We had some rain the day before, 2 on Sunday, like I think twice, one midday and one evening. It's tapering out. So normally I would leave for Christmas, so I'd usually probably leave around like December 7th or 10th every year, and then when I left, we would still have a little bit of rain, and then whenever I'd come back, like right before New Year, we were just all the way in dry season. So I think these next few weeks we should just be going into dry season. But I'm not going anywhere this year. I decorated my house though. I'll have to show you guys sometime. I got my tree, it's all lit up. Okay, Greg. Okay, Greg said, I want to check on this. So Greg said, I'm chilling in Miami Beach. Good, I'm glad you're hanging out. I heard the government did pass the duty-free bill to bring cars and goods effective today. All right, that I would like to look up because normally I hear about those things. We'll have to check on that. I haven't heard about that. So can you tell me where you heard that? Because I'd be interested to know. Normally, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the residency interview on my channel, with Andres Gomez. He is so quick to update me literally on like every little thing that happens in the country. So I feel like he didn't tell me that. So and I don't see it in the news yet. So let me know where you found that, Greg, because I'm interested. Obviously, that's very of interest to a lot of people. If you guys didn't know, Costa Rica is working on doing a bill that will allow people to bring in cars, import tax-free, and I think a big shipment of household goods as well, container that wouldn't have import taxes, which is great if people want to move here. So that's something that's going to be worth an email blast when I hear about that. Okay, someone on YouTube said, remember me, but I don't know your name. I can't see your name on here. All right, so some of you have snow, freezing weather. Yes, having snow in Canada. Okay, yeah, Ryan asked what Greg posted is accurate. I haven't heard anything about it, but let me look into it. And when I hear that it's confirmed, that's something I'll definitely post in the group because I know that people are going to be very excited about that. I'm not sure who Matazanda a la derecha is. It's cold in Washington State. I'm waiting for COVID to be over. I think we all are, right? Can you keep your own number with the local carrier? Keep your own number, the local carrier. I'm not really sure. Do you mean like, can you keep your number from the United States? Or can you keep, like, let's say I got a Colby number, can I keep it? You could, even if you have a prepaid number, as long as you register it under your own passport, these carriers, you can keep that number. As far as keeping your, let's say, number from your home country, you're literally going to be taking out your SIM card and putting in another one. So yeah, there's no long distance in CR, like long distance phone calls. I don't think so, considering this country's only like the size of West Virginia. I mean, driving, it can be a long distance. All right, someone says, see you in 28 days, but when? Who are you? I can't see your name. Probably, let's see, if it's 28 days, it's probably Jan. Okay, how quickly can we get our health insurance activated? We're driving to Florida to make that call and set up. Do I need to do it now? No. Oh. I mean, your health insurance, you can really, the COVID insurance, you can do it like the week of if you want, just to have that policy number. Obviously, you're going to need it within the 48 hours before your trip so that you can put the policy number in on your health pass before you enter. WhatsApp normally takes up no data on a CR plan. Basically, yeah, WhatsApp is awesome. If you guys have not downloaded WhatsApp and you're going to be coming to Costa Rica, you're going to need it. What is the best way to find out about medication either available and if you need a prescription? If so, is one from your doctor all right to bring with you? So one thing that we do, yeah. Okay, so for medication, so for those of you who might be moving and you have prescriptions, that's something that I do with my clients. Like I just tell them to give me a list of, actually just send me photos of what they have. And then we will call a pharmacy, ask them, number one, is the prescription available in Costa Rica? Like that exact one. If not, what is the generic, what's the exact equivalent? And then if a prescription is needed. So if it is available, does the person even need a prescription? Because a lot of times, for a lot of medicines here, some people don't need a prescription. There's some, obviously, yes, that you do, but you might be surprised. So I know, like, I had one client who needed like thyroid medication. I don't even think they don't even need a prescription for it. That's awesome. So I will call a pharmacy. There is one. Someone had asked that on the Facebook group. If you could go check that question. I literally just asked it yesterday. I posted a website. I think that's one that we check into for clients for their prescriptions. So you can call. There's also an app that I've used just to see if it's in the country. What is it? It's called Pharma Value, F-A-R-M-A Value, all together. So that's one app. It'll kind of like tell you what the equivalent is here. Okay. All right. Someone says, hi, what about renting a car in Costa Rica? Tell them Car Rentals Costa Rica USA. I know who that is, and I actually need to post our photo. So I can't see who this is, but I'm pretty positive it's Jairo. So Jairo. So actually, I just had lunch with him and his lovely family. So you guys might have seen Jairo a little bit in the group, in the Facebook group, posting about car rentals. So I want you all to know, like, he does help with car rentals. But I want you to know that I do know him personally. I work with him, so I told him he's totally fine to post in the group. I don't know if y'all will be able to see this, but this is our photo together. We just had lunch. So met up with him, his lovely wife, his family. Super awesome. Total pleasure to. It was a nice lunch. Got a chicken sandwich. I love sandwiches. So yeah, if you guys do need a car rental, Jairo's super awesome. The thing is, like, he doesn't inflate the prices. What the price he gets from Adobe is what you're going to get. So that's really nice. And yeah, I think you get like a second driver free. Jairo, remind me what else. But yeah, I need to post that lunch photo. Jairo's super cool. So if you guys ever need car rentals, he's normal. He's a normal, trusted human being. Like any client who I've had have rented through him, it's been super easy, just super simple and easy. So I just want you guys to know that that does exist for car rentals. All right, how do I, okay. So the next question, ATV is a good option to a car. Yeah, it could be. Just be mindful. Okay, if you have an ATV, be mindful about repairs. So are you gonna be living somewhere that you can get it repaired? Is there a mechanic that knows how to work on it? How much are the parts? Just little things to keep in mind. Sometimes ATVs can be more expensive than a car. Sometimes not, you know, you can get a used one. Oh, Gabby asked, is it easy to rent a car? Moving to Alajuela in a few weeks, would like to rent a car in the first 2 weeks. Okay, then Gabby, I would say you need to reach out to Jairo. Can you, how do we get Jairo and Gabby in contact? So Gabby, if you're in my Facebook group, Gabby, please send me an email and I'll connect you with Jairo and he will hook you up. So he actually lives in Alajuela. He can make the car rental process for you super, super easy. So shoot me an email at sarah@lasaralena.com. And I will make sure to connect him with you. And I work with him because he has amazing customer service, super friendly, very fast reply. And it's not through like a website where you're like, did I actually rent the car? It's like, no, it's like a real human talking to you. You know that you're confirmed, you're good to go. So that's really nice. And then if anything ever comes up before, during, after, you have someone a real human that you can call who will help you. So that's why I like working with him. So yeah, Gabby, please send me an email and I will hook you up with him. Okay. I read Uber in use of the app, no way to get ripped off, right? So I have used Uber. Technically, Uber's not allowed here in Costa Rica. But you can use it. So if you want to use Uber when you leave the airport, don't call the Uber like at the airport exit, or else all those red taxis are going to get really pissed off. The Uber probably won't feel comfortable entering in the airport area. So you'll want to like maybe go down to the main road, maybe where the bus stop is, and then call the Uber. So yeah, Uber's not, I don't know why it's not legal either. Not legal, but when I lived in San Jose years ago, right before I had my daughter, I used it all the time. I actually have used it a few times here in Jaco if for some reason I needed to use an Uber, like maybe my car was in the shop or something. A lot of places in Costa Rica do not have Uber. So Jaco just kind of like weirdly does. So that's cool. So really only Jaco and San Jose are the only two places that I've ever used Uber here in Costa Rica. So Uber's great, especially in San Jose, because you're right. You're not going to have a driver that's driving you around in circles. And then you're like, all right, like, where are we? I feel like that happened to me before and it's kind of some BS. It's easy to rent vehicles, not as cheap as the US. That's true. It's not that cheap to rent vehicles, and that's just the way it is. So just so you all can be prepared for that. But it is worth it. I mean, it's nice to be able to like hop in your car and get where you need to go, especially if you're coming here to explore. Or if you're coming here for your first few weeks, just kind of having that like reliability of as you're getting to know the area. Okay. I read that there's a vet place at the airport. I'm not sure. Snowed in Toronto. We shared a coffee in Uvita. Whatever happened to the horses? Oh, I still have the horses. They're all super good. They're getting super fat and they're just chilling. Like, they're just fat and happy and healthy. So, really good. I have a work meeting. Talk to you, okay? Okay, Sarah, where could we find more information on bringing our cockatiel when we move? Someone else asked me about birds yesterday. I'm not sure if they're allowed, but don't quote me on it. I would call the embassy, the U.S. embassy, or, call an official government office for that information. I don't know, like, what is their, like, Department of, I would call the embassy in Costa Rica, because they're going to be able to let you know if that's even allowed. And you can even contact them. Oh, it's like in Belgium. Okay, I'm on the wrong website. All right. So yeah, I would call the embassy, or call the U.S. embassy in Costa Rica, or whatever you're coming from. But definitely, that's who I would go to for that information. Saw the article in La Nación posted on 11/20. All 11 deputies of tax committee passed it, effective 12/1/20. I guess we'll find out. That's going to be big news. Okay. Daniel said, last I heard from the Tico Times, the duty legislation is being discussed December 7th. Costa Rica is so notorious for things like that, just so you all know. They're like, we're going to do this. No, never mind. People don't like it. Like, no. You've got to have a lot of patience living here, and you have to be pretty easygoing and be able to go with the flow and just kind of be able to laugh off silly things. Okay, as a woman, do you feel safe living in Costa Rica? This is a really great question. Yes, I mean, I personally do. I think me personally, I felt safer living here than I have like in the United States for sure. So that's just me personally. Also, I've just been mindful of what neighborhoods I live in. Make sure to also have 2 large dogs, or one's medium sized, the other one's a German Shepherd. But even before that, I always felt super safe. Never have had worried about a break-in or anything, but you just always have to be diligent. And obviously, where I live, I'm not just going to go walking around, at least alone. Well, I live in Jaco, so I wouldn't be walking around here alone at night. And I'm usually not out of my house past 6 anyways. In Dominical, I always felt safe there. So there's a lot of towns that I felt super safe. I could walk around at whatever time of night I wanted to. So yes, as a woman, I feel safer here than I do in the United States. Just that's me personally. Nothing against either, Okay, what is the situation with the COVID vaccination? Because in Germany, it seems to be obligatory soon, I guess. I haven't heard anything about it being obligatory, so, I mean, they're not even requiring people to take tests anymore to enter, so I'm not sure if they're going to all of a sudden, who knows? Let's see, Okay, is large acreage being scooped up from Ojochal to Rivas through Pérez de Ledón more so than ever, in your opinion? I'm not sure. I do know that area. I don't know. I'm not sure. Sorry, I don't know the answer to that question. It's really beautiful out there, though. There's, Ojochal. You basically can go over that mountain. You get to Pejivalle and Palmares, and you can hit San Isidro through there, Pérez de Ledón. That's nice there. I mean, I used to live kind of, I don't know, in that zone. It's beautiful back there. But yeah, a lot of farmers, it's still very rural. It's nice. Hi, Stephen here from Florida. Love your shows. Be there in March. Awesome. Yay. Hi, Rose. Awesome. Yes. Okay, someone says, hi, I'm new to the group. When you say client, what do you do? I help people move to Costa Rica. So I help them, before, during, and after their move. So getting everything arranged, helping them arrive, and then helping people acclimate to life here. So that's what I do. It's in an organized fashion. Let's see, when doing border runs, what percentage chance of no or delayed re-entry into Costa Rica have you seen? I don't know. I don't know what the percentage would be. Obviously, you'll see a bunch of stories everywhere. Right now, border runs are not happening. I've only heard of one friend having an issue, and that was like years ago. So I'm not sure. I mean, it doesn't hurt to go make like a little mini vacation out of it if you can, but I never had an issue. Just come with everything that they're asking for, and they're fine. And go shopping. Okay, do I have any advice on online job resources? I'm trying to move to Costa Rica, and the only thing holding me back is not having a source of income once I'm there. I think I have a video that discuss I have a few videos about working online, about like how I've gotten some of my jobs, where to look for jobs. They might be earlier videos, but honestly, I found like the most powerful thing is just word of mouth. Like let people know, hey, I want to work online. This is what, first of all, be clear about what you want to do, and then let people know that you're doing it. And that's kind of the first step that you can do, because then you have a lot more eyes and ears out there, listening and watching for you, and who can recommend you for that. Also, you could consider teaching English online. I mean, so many things are moving remote now because of this, pandemic, that it's actually great. A lot of people are becoming location independent, which is a good positive of it. So, I mean, there's websites like Upwork and, where you can kind of apply for online jobs, but there can be a lot of competition there. So I'd recommend reaching out to your current social network. Look at, what's that thing called where you type, that when you do subtitles, like some people do what's that called? Somebody tell me what's that called? Whenever you're just typing, you're listening to something, transcribing. You can try transcribing. There's Google online work that you can do. People are always looking for virtual assistants. But first I would see like what you can do, what you're interested in doing, what you can learn, and then start looking for things within that area. Sorry, I can't go much more into detail than that, but but you will find online work if you want to. You just gotta be very diligent. It's just like just like having a full-time job, like find a job like it's your full-time job. You know, that's what I always did. If I didn't have a job, I looked for one like it was my job. And then I got jobs. Does Amazon still ship to Costa Rica? Are there any similar websites to order stuff from down there? So yeah, Amazon does ship, or like use AeroPost. AERO Post. AeroPost.com. So that's what you're going to want to usually order through. It'll or like calculate the duties and taxes and things to have those things brought in. Large acreage of 50 plus acres being snatched up, I found in the last weeks. Wow. Well, I guess somebody's buying up some land. Is Tamarindo packed or kind of quiet? Are there people respectful with wearing masks? So I was in Tamarindo. I heard, they told me it was kind of quiet. It looked actually, you know, I just posted a video of my vacation. So, you know, you can see the beach. You can see there's people out at sunset. I don't think it was like jam packed. People wear masks indoors. Absolutely. If you're going to enter into a business, you have to put on your mask. Some people wear them outside. Some people do not. Nobody's arguing over it. So that's really positive. And so, yeah, I would say people are being respectful. But wow, this last weekend, I guess it was a 3-day weekend here in Costa Rica. And wow, it was packed. I mean, Jaco was packed. It was like, holy cannoli. Nobody was social distancing on the beach. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's their families. I'm not judging. Okay. Someone says, talk to Sarah and use her to move. You won't regret it. That's so sweet. Oh. Okay. Someone asked, 200,000 US gets you citizenship. It will not get you citizenship. You can apply for the investor type of residency. So first with that, if you invest, there's different types of residency. So if you want to know about exactly what types of residency there are and how to get them, please go to my YouTube channel. Look at the interview. It's not too far down. Just click on like all the videos and look for the interview with residency lawyer Andres Gomez. He goes through the different types of residency and what the requirements are. So just so you know. Lisa put copywriting. Yes, copywriting is possible to do online. Is there a business startup dollar amount requirement? Yeah, so I guess that would be the, you know, the amount that's needed for the investment type of residency. Wow, that was a lot. I think we covered a lot. I don't even know what to title this live. It's just a question and answer. Anybody else have any last questions? And then I think it's about time for me to get to work. Gotta get to work planning everyone's move. Any other questions? I'm probably gonna sign off here. So thanks for whoever joined. I'm glad that I can get on here and talk to you all. Definitely would like to, gonna be doing this more often. What is that? Some weird looking truck. Yeah, so it's nice to come in and have these little informal chats. Okay, someone said, where's the best place to live that isn't so humid? You could live around the San Jose area. So like a lot of people choose Atenas, Brescia. There's a lot of expat communities there. You know, I don't think Arenal is very humid. Monteverde, you know, anything up in the mountains, you're going to get lower in the humidity. The temperature is going to be more comfortable. Places around San Isidro. And yeah, so the higher elevation is going to be less humidity. Okay, someone asked, are you hiring? I already have two people working for me. So, yeah, we're a team now. I have a team. So yeah, we're a team helping you move to Costa Rica. So it's been really fun. So now that I have a team, I'm gonna be able to focus on other parts of the business and improving things. So I'm very excited. Lisa said yes, and Andres is a wonderful attorney who goes out of his way to help. Yes, so if you guys are thinking about residency and you know you want to file, I've done a interview, again, I'm just going to mention it again. It's on my YouTube channel with Andres Gomez. He's absolutely just a delight. Like, his customer service is just through the roof. He's a pleasant person. He cares about people. He's a great lawyer. He really just, like, for me, I just feel like he just goes way above and beyond people that I usually see. So, yeah, I recommend him. And that's also why I work with Jairo, who with the car rentals. Again, like someone who just kind of goes above and beyond in their customer service, which can sometimes be a little bit difficult to find here. So that's the point. I like to work with people who go above and beyond in their customer service because that's something that I value in my business, and that's just something I value when I'm working with someone too, you know? All right. Thanks, Mark. I will keep on rocking. I'm going to keep on drinking coffee, and I'm going to, I got a lot of stuff to do. Guys. I've got stuff going on. I'm going to be traveling a lot next week. I got to taking a family to Ojochal. They're moving to Ojochal, and then then I have to go up to Coco. All right. Okay, Crystal says she'll be in touch. Awesome. Yes, absolutely. You can always get in touch with me via email, or, you can set up a call on my website. Mark, how much would a small car be for 2 months? Well, Mark, we must be in the Facebook group too. So I'm going to make a post right after we hang up. I'm like, hang up here right after we hang up our call. Someone said, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to make a post. So just get directly in touch with Jairo, and he can give you a quote. Like, he showed me his system. He just types in the dates. He types in the type of car, and then the quote pops up. So that's how he gets his quotes. And he'll be able to give that to you. Okay. So I hope this was helpful as always. My goal is to provide value. If you're just coming in at the end here, we just discussed a hodgepodge of questions. I don't know, if you're just looking for information on Costa Rica, hopefully you can learn something new here. Again, of course, if you will be moving and you think you need help, I know you guys, I like to prepare people so they can do this. If you want to go do this on your own, go for it, more power to you. But I want to let you know that I'm also here to help. If you don't want to do it all alone and make some mistakes like I did along the way. Okay. Alrighty, I'm going to head off. I do see a question, how much for a service lot in a more remote community? I'm not sure. I mean, I know about real estate, but, it's going to be thousands and thousands of dollars. But with real estate, okay, make sure that you always have the stuff checked out by an attorney. That's my advice for you. Work with a real estate attorney. And I actually have an interview with a real estate attorney in one of my other YouTube videos. You should definitely watch if you're considering purchasing property. Just to protect yourself. I just don't want you guys coming here and making a bunch of big financial mistakes. That's never fun. Alrighty, that's it. I'm going to finish this coffee, or I'm going to just get to work. All right, you all have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. I did post a video about my vacation. Not so much informative, more of just entertainment. I just had fun. So, all right, bye-bye.